What's up, Bird Gang? This is Anthony representing Northwest Bird Gang of Washington. Just putting a little video on here because I haven't uploaded one for a while. I'm trying to get my YouTube channel going with Bleeding Green Anthony. Just a couple comments and my opinions on some of the off season slash preseason and just going forward with the season. Um, I mean, some of y'all already saw most of the cuts that have been happening lately. I mean, quite a few obvious ones. But my opinion, like with the running back situation, I think we keep 4 running backs. My honest opinion, I think Donnell Pumphrey, I say stash him on practice squad. Worst case scenario, someone else picks him up. I definitely have Josh Adams over him, just like I had Corey Clement over Pumphrey last year as well. Um, Smallwood, I mean, I still feel like he could be on the roster, but I feel like the only thing with him is his inconsistency being healthy. That's my thing with him. Someone like, Josh Adams, I mean, yeah, he's a rookie, he has to learn the playbook and everything, but I mean, you're getting a bigger back with him, you're getting a younger back with him, and you're getting a cheaper back with him. So, I mean, I don't know, I doubt they'll keep 5 running backs, but I mean, I feel like if Josh Adams goes on the practice squad, someone's easily going to pick him up. So, and I feel like we need a power back. I mean, we got Ajayi that's a mix of power and speed, but he's like a balance. But then you got Corey Clement. Corey Clement, I feel like he's a mix, what I'm saying? He's speed and power. But then you got Darren Sproles, which is our clearly speed back. Um, with I feel like the other thing too, it went, man, like this preseason, man, people getting too hyped into all this stuff. Like they take preseason too far. Like, oh, we're gonna suck. Our year's done for. I mean, I'll be questioning a lot of these fans. 'Cause, I mean, I got my own group out here in Washington, Northwest Bird Gang, but I be seeing some of these other groups and some of these fans in here. I was like, dang, man, you can tell these people haven't been fans for long. They don't know anything. Just their football IQ is just out there. Um, like getting mad that Foles ain't playing good. I mean, it's preseason. And think about it. Like when you win the Super Bowl or even go to the Super Bowl for that matter, you have a shorter off season. So of course you're gonna look. Alshon Jeffrey's hurt. Tim Jernigan. I mean, you already had Chris Maragos, which was hurt before that and stuff like that. Darren Sproles, Jason Peters, Jordan Hicks, all that stuff. But it takes people longer to heal. You have a shorter off season, so a lot of these guys are gonna go in there and get surgeries and stuff done like that. You got Wentz. So of course, and then all the other teams are playing in the preseason seasons, playing all their starters in the first couple of games, and the Eagles are going out there with backups as starters. So of course they're not gonna be playing good when they have backups in, and even then, a lot of people that did come back and are ready to go aren't even playing, like Jason Peters and stuff. What I'm saying? These guys aren't playing. They're trying to save them for the year. They're being smart. And you guys are getting mad about preseason. I mean, I already knew Wentz was gonna be week 1. If you guys pay attention to him like I do, he's a dedicated player and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? He wants to go out there. He's a really passionate team. He's not with someone like Sam Bradford that always looked like he deer in the headlights all the time. Wentz actually goes in the pocket. He has poise and stuff. He uplifts all the players around him. You know what I'm saying? You can't just throw good players together and be expected to be a good team. You gotta have chemistry and you gotta have bonds and stuff. And that's another thing, kind of getting off subject with the offense, but with the defense, I feel like the secondary has a really good bond. That's why I'm glad we brought Corey Clement back. Not Corey Clement, but Corey Graham, excuse me. He they all have a good connection with that backfield. I mean, you got him, you got Jenkins, you got Jalen Mills. They just got that chemistry, just that, you know what I'm saying, that hunger and stuff like that, which the Eagles haven't had for a long time. And the thing with Wentz, the other thing too is people are getting on to stuff oh, his surgeon said he ain't ready, this, blah blah blah. But answer this though, why he's clearly not doing contact right now, but why would he be doing first team reps right now? Mind you, we play next Thursday, week 1 against the Falcons. Why would he be getting first team reps if he's not planning on starting week 1? I mean, is there is him and Foles splitting them? Because last time I heard he's taking first team reps. So why would you have him taking first team reps if you're not planning on him starting week 1? Wouldn't you have Foles in there? so you can get a game plan and stuff down. I mean, that's just what I'm thinking. But I mean, I like Jenkins, Malcolm Jenkins, for wanting to take down the Super Bowl thing, because a lot of people said the Eagles had an easy schedule last year, blah 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 blah. I haven't beat no one good, but still, I mean, the Eagles beat the Falcons, the Vikings, and the Patriots, and they didn't think that they would do any of that. Um, I like the picks we have. We have a lot of draft picks next year too, which I feel is pretty good. I don't know if you guys agree. I kind of wanted to trade for Teddy Bridgewater. That's just my opinion. I don't know what you guys feel about that. I mean, I wouldn't mind having Bridgewater. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of better than like a fucking Christian Hackenberg project. That guy's. I didn't think he was gonna be that bad, honestly. And then I watched him play. I was like, wow. No wonder why he got cut. I didn't think he was that bad, but yeah, it was looking pretty bad for him. Also with the whole Michael Kendrick situation, man, everyone be getting too deep into like the views, not even the views and stuff, just all the articles is just clickbait and stuff to get people mad. Like, of course, when you go to another team, you're gonna want to say this, that. We have more talent here. Like, it's all like, it's for the camera, it's for the views. Like, people dig it too much in that shit. But I feel like Howie Roseman and them knew something was going on, because I feel like they make the right moves at the right time. They knew something was going on with him. Just imagine had he stayed with us and that shit happened with us, it'd been a bunch of drama and a bunch of just distraction. You know what I'm saying? Um, I was also hearing rumors about Ronald Darby getting traded to either the Chargers or the Ravens. I don't think moving Darby for a draft pick smart. I mean, yeah, he's a free agent, and I believe Jordan Hicks is a free agent, and Jay Ajayi is a free agent. But knowing Howie Roseman, he's gonna make something work. You know what I'm saying? And Carson Wentz doesn't seem like he's gonna be a stingy player for the money. I feel like he's gonna be kind of like one of those McNabb kind of guys that wants, willing to free up a little bit of money to keep some guys around. Because it goes back to like the Darby situation. It goes back to like Jordan Matthews. Jordan Matthews, to me, I liked him. He's a really good slot receiver. But like when you let people like Deshaun and Jeremy Maclin go, and then you automatically like force Jordan Matthews to be a starting receiver his second year in the NFL, you kind of put that pressure on him, no other weapons. Like, that's kind of where he fell off at, you know what I'm saying? So it's like with Darby, too, it's like we have something good, we have depth behind him. So why get rid of one of our top corners that's playing really good right now in this preseason, and he has a whole year under his belt with the playbook and stuff like that? Why trade him to force someone like Sidney Jones in there? Like, honestly, I don't mind Darby and Jones starting on the outside. I mean, Darby and fuck, I can't think of my bad. Darby and Mills is starting the outside and put Sidney Jones in the middle. Like, don't force him in there to be started. Like, let him go in there and get his feet wet. Like, yeah, he played like against the Cowboys a little bit last year, and he had preseason reps. But don't force him in there. Like, let him go in there and gel, like in real game action. Like, let him excel. And he's a small, speedy corner. Like, keep the depth when we have it. That's what was our main success last year, is depth. Just having a next, like, somewhat some talent with the guy behind him. So it's like, why trade someone to have that? And then so think about it, they trade him, then who they have behind him? You know what I'm saying? I mean, I like people like Russell Douglas and too, but Russell Douglas he's a solid corner. But I feel like someone like him, like how he's built and stuff, he has to play with the ball in front of him. He's one of those kind of guys. He needs to go against bigger guys. But I feel like he's only good when he's facing the ball. He's not really that good with playing like with the ball behind him. If that makes sense. And the other success with the Eagles last year is, I mean, some smart people would know, is like it's the offense and defensive line. A lot of our running and stuff like that had to do with the offensive line. Just like Jason Kelsey, to me, ever since we've had him, even though he's undersized, he's one of the most versatile, like mobile centers, be able to like move and swing out and screen plays or tosses or whatever. And Steven Wininski, man, like the offense line is pretty solid. I feel like that's one of our big successes, especially when Wentz went down and you're able to run the ball. And my other thing too is that I'm happy we're able to keep Jim Schwartz again. I feel like Jim Schwartz is definitely a big factor with our defense. He knows how to put players in positions and make plays. I mean, just think about how many strip sacks we had last year. Like, I mean, you got Chris Long, you have all these guys on the defensive side of the ball. It's like, what kind of coach wouldn't want to stay with a bunch of guys like that? Just yeah. I'm pulling for a couple guys on that I don't think will make the roster, but Jordan Mailata or whatever his name is. I mean, sorry, not get pronouncing some of these people's names, but man, they're saying good stuff about him at left tackle. I mean, he might be giving Halapolo Vaitai a run for his money, honestly, at left tackle. Because why not keep him, like, and make him maybe a backup for right tackle? So then you have Big V, and then you got that Jordan guy, and then, of course, in starting from them, you got Jason Peters and Lane Johnson. And then where to get on the inside, you got Isaac Samula that can play left guard or center. I mean, Stephen Wininski can play guard or center. So I think our offense line's set. I was hearing that Tim Jernigan will probably come back in was it week 8, like December-ish, which is cool because if someone goes down, you got someone to come back. I'm heard Alshon Jeffrey would probably be back week 3. I mean, you already know what Alshon Jeffrey brings to the table. I feel like we got enough receivers right now to hold us off till Jeffrey comes back. Of course, it's good to have Jeffrey because some teams double team him, like they have a corner and a safety over the top, so it kind of frees shit up over the middle. But I mean, we're gonna have Ertz and Dallas Goedert in the middle. Then you got Nelson Aguilar in the middle. You can throw some Mac Hollins in there. And then you got like Mike Wallace, that's gonna be a deep threat over the top. So teams are gonna have to respect that. And then you have the run game with the good mix of Ajayi, Corey Clement, Darren Sproles. So yeah, and even then, say something happens once again too, we're cool at quarterback, and Nick Foles can go in there. I mean, we all clearly seen what he is capable of doing. And then Nate Sudfeld too. I feel like it was good to give him a bunch of reps this preseason, just boost him up. You never know, maybe he can be trade bait next year or something like that. I just feel like another big key to this Eagles team is Howie Roseman. I really feel like he's the real MVP with just making these moves. Like especially last year, he put a lot of guys in the play. Alshon Jeffrey was a big part of the Super Bowl win. LeGarrette Blount, Patrick Robinson. I mean, I guess you can throw Torrey Smith into the mix. But yeah, I really feel like this team's probably got a good chance to go somewhere again this year. Also, it's also shown in Eagles history, the worst record we have in the preseason, the better the record. So 1-3, I feel like the Eagles got a chance to go far again. I mean, I'm still not going to be like, oh yeah, we're going back to back. Of course, it'll be great, but it's it's one game at a time. Excuse me. Yeah, it's one game at a time for me for sure. I mean, you can't be hyping up because all these Eagle fans be getting cocky, and there's a bunch of people that's jumped on the Eagles wagon. No, man, one game at a time, man. I'm just glad Eagles football is back officially. Me personally, my kind of fear was the linebacker position. I really like Jordan Hicks. I feel like when he's in, he makes our passing defense that much better. But I feel like ever since he's been injured, he looks like he put on some weight, and he's turned into a really big tackler now. So I feel like he really upped his game a lot with now I feel confident in him he can be able to stop the run and stuff like that. But I just hope he can stay healthy because I mean, he injured one Achilles tendon in college and then the second one in the NFL. So yeah, though we got that going on with him. I mean, we all know what we get out of Nigel Bradham. But there's a rookie Reynolds though. I kind of like that guy. I feel like he should make a spot at least on the special teams. This guy be putting some good hits on people. I like DeAndre Carter too, the wide receiver. But I feel like he might be another Paul Turner. I don't know if you guys remember Paul Turner, a few years back. He was a fan favorite in the preseason, but he didn't ever make the roster like that. It's just you never know where you're going to get out the players. This preseason, they're going against a bunch of backups, but you never know what can happen, keep them on the practice squad. Some players are dedicated like that, and they're willing to wait to get their shot. But, yeah, I feel like he should make the practice squad. And Donnell Pumphrey, try to stash him on there. Yeah. Really can't. I mean, I kind of like Jeremy Reeves too. That safety, I feel like he can be a good backup for now too. And I think there might be a chance he might make the roster. Because Chris Maragos is probably not going to be back for He's still on the PUP list. So I don't know. But I know Tim Jernigan staying on that list. Like I said, he probably won't be back to week 8, but Alshon Jeffrey will be back. But one of my big misses is Tim Jernigan, man. I know he got kind of tired, a little slower towards the end of the year, but I feel like he's kind of a big hit. I mean, yeah, we got Nagata, and then we got Elijah Qualls. I mean, we got some guys to fill in, but you already know what Fletcher Cox gives, double team and stuff like that. But I'm excited for these defensive ends. I also feel like Steven Means is solid, but I feel like with all the guys we already got and him playing at the high caliber he is right now in preseason, I'd honestly see what we can get for him on the trade block, honestly. Like, try to get something for him, because, I mean, you already got what? You got Chris Long, you got Derek Barnett, you got Brandon Graham, you got Michael Bennett. And then we got Josh Sweat, which is a rookie. Another situation where he's a rookie, he's young, and he's cheap. And you got Steven Means that's already been around for a little bit. I mean, yes, there's too many guys to keep. But I also know that they're going to be throwing in a mix of Michael Bennett as a defensive tackle. So that'll help us out a little bit too. Mix it up a little bit. Jim Schwartz likes to mix it up a little bit. I was kind of on the fence about getting rid of Michael Kendricks, but I mean, they were right. He was only getting like 30% of the snaps. But I kind of feel like he's still valuable because I know you guys remember D'Amico Ryans. He was a middle linebacker for a while. He came over from the Houston Texans. When he got hurt, Kendricks actually came in and played middle linebacker and played pretty good. So I feel like he's kind of versatile. But I also don't feel like he fit Jim Schwartz's scheme, but I feel like he was always a really good tackler and really good like blitzer. But I mean, you got to spend your money wisely, if you want to keep the balance of the team on up. Like I said, I can't say anything bad about not Jim Schwartz, but Howie Roseman. He's been balancing out the team pretty well. Um, yeah, and then I think we're gonna be pretty good come week 1. Even though week 1 we're not gonna have Alshon or Nigel Bradham because he's suspended for 1 game. But it's gonna be interesting though. I mean, I feel like the Eagles are gonna be a tough team to beat at home for a while. For a while, they're gonna be one of those teams that's gonna be hard to beat at home, which is good. I like that, hard defense and stuff like that. But I feel like it's gonna be a test for the defense going against all these running backs we're gonna be playing against. But I mean, I'm not really worried about anybody in the NFC East. No one really scares me. I mean, you play the Cowboys, you stop Zeke, you force Dak Prescott to beat you through the air. I'm not really too sold on someone like him being able to pull off wins like that against us. You play the Giants. I mean, yeah, they got Saquon Barkley, and of course, Odell Beckham's gonna get his catches in. And they got Ingram, the tight end. But I mean, when you put all the pressure on Eli Manning, and then they got an offensive line like they do, I mean, yeah, of course, there's gonna be low scoring games sometimes because they got a defense, but I don't really see them doing anything. They got the Redskins. I can't even name any of the running backs they have. I mean, I remember they had this some small little guy named Thompson or something like that. They always catch balls out of the backfield, but other than that, I don't know who their back is. And Alex Smith, I'm not, it's like they're throwing a new quarterback into the mix. Also, like threats in the NFC. I mean, like the Saints. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't mind losing to the Saints in New Orleans and then just beating them in the playoffs. Like, I'd rather that happen. Like, it's just bound to happen. I mean, we got the Vikings. But even with the Vikings, man, like, you have a good year like them and you go to an NFC Championship game, you can't just throw pieces in and expect to be good again. I mean, of course, they got the talent out there, but, like, changing quarterbacks is big. They got to get chemistry down with everyone. And then, I mean, the Panthers, I've seen they're going to be mediocre. They got what? Luke Kuechly on defense. I'm not really sold on anyone else on defense. Cam Newton is Cam Newton. We all know what he got. I'm just trying to think who's really out there as a threat in the NFC. I mean, of course, you got the Packers, but Aaron Rodgers is going to make plays and be magic like he is. But I mean, like, I don't think their defense is really going to get them far anywhere, and they don't really got a run game. Um, Yeah, there's no like teams in the NFC like that. They're just like, oh, like they're gonna be fucking great, I mean, of course, teams like the Niners and the Bears are supposed to be like turnaround teams. I mean, it's like, come on now, like, do you really think they're gonna beat us? I'm just really trying to think who else is out there. I mean, you got Atlanta. I mean, Atlanta has a cool defense because they got that coach that was on the Seahawks a while ago, their defense coordinator. So there's gonna be aggressive defense. That's just because his playing style. But I mean, outside of I mean, Matt Ryan's cool. Like, don't get me wrong, he's a good quarterback, but I don't think he's great. Like, they got two like good, decent running backs, and they got Julio Jones. They're always gonna be like a competitor for a little bit, but overall, I don't, you know. But yeah, I don't really know who's really else a threat. Like, I mean, you got the Rams too, but even with the Rams, man, like they kind of remind. I mean, it doesn't remind me of Andy Reid's dream team, but it does remind. It does just give me a bad vibe because usually teams like that they're all hype about in the beginning. You're like, oh, they got this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, and they just throw all these guys together. It's like, they don't have any. They all come from different teams. They don't have any chemistry together, so you can't just assume they're gonna be really good. Like, yeah, the Rams were a good team last year, but the Falcons beat them. Like, was it the first round or second round or whatever in the playoffs? Like in LA, and it's like, if you looked on the paper, I feel like the Rams had a better team than the Atlanta last year, and that's just my opinion. But I don't think Jared Goff is Wentz. I feel like Jared Goff, like at best, like a good quarterback. But I wouldn't say great. Definitely, I don't think he would be on Wentz's level. But also you gotta factor in Jared Goff also has fucking Todd Gurley. Just imagine Wentz with a guy like him. I mean JJ is good, but he's not great. You know what I'm saying? He's a solid back. You know what I'm saying? That can get the job done, but he's no Todd Gurley by any means. I honestly think Todd Gurley's better than Ezekiel Elliott. And I mean, a few of you guys might not agree with me, but that's just my opinion. But I mean, you throw Ndamukong Suh on them on the Rams, and then you throw in Talib, and then who else they got? Sam Shields, Marcus Peters. You got all these hothead guys. Marcus Peters. Like, come on, man. Like, he's a good young corner, but what did the Chiefs really get rid of him? He's got penalized so many times. Even against the game when we played them last year, they had that one middle linebacker. I forget his name, Old Tree or something like that. He got penalized. Like, fuck Wade Phillips. In my opinion, like, fuck him. I feel like they're gonna get a lot of penalties. Like, I mean, they're like, oh, Wade Phillips is a good coach. He can get all those guys settled. But it's like that's too many hotheads on one team, and it's guys just thrown together. Like they gotta have chemistry. And honestly, even when we played the Broncos, they had a good secondary, and Alshon Jeffrey ate Talib up. Honestly, I mean, I feel like Marcus Peters was a good move for the Rams, but like I said, he's just a hothead, man. Like they're not gonna realize like you get into a close game with the Eagles and stuff like that, like those little aggressive plays like that, 15 yards that cost teams, and you want guys in the game that can hold their head on because those penalties they add up, they put teams in scoring. They like it can be third down and it's automatically first down just because people can't control their emotions. So yeah, I mean that's another game I don't wouldn't mind losing because we're playing in LA. My main thing is just like clinching home field advantage, and then like I said, I don't care losing to the Vikings, to the Rams, to the Saints at home in their spot. I mean, not at our home, but in their homes. And then beating them in Philly. Like I don't give a fuck. You can take that regular season win, but when we rematch you, it's hard to beat the same team twice. So then I'd rather play them the second time in Philly, and we know how we play in Philly now. We got a pretty good record, but I don't think the Eagles will finish anything under 11-5, and I don't think they'll finish anything better over 13-3. I feel like they might lose maybe the Jags game, maybe the Vikings game, the Saints game, and the Rams game. And also all four of those games are on the road. But I feel like the main thing to me would be clinching home field advantage too, because like I said, we've been lights out at home, so that'll be the main thing for me is clinching those. for sure. But yeah, I'm done with my little rant. You know what I'm saying? I can't wait for week one. And see all the bird getting and stuff. Hope to meet up with some more people this year and find some more Eagles fans in Washington. But I appreciate you guys if you do take your time to listen to my video. I'm just trying to get my YouTube channel going. You know, passionate Eagles fan ever since I've been 2 years old. So, like I said, I'm just trying to get my viewers up and stuff like that. I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying, eventually do bigger things with this whole broadcast and stuff. Cause like right now I'm just using an old iPhone just to do my videos and stuff. But I'm trying to make it something bigger because I'm really passionate about it. I really enjoy talking about Eagles 24/7, and anybody that knows me knows that about me. And I just want to like be able to help keep everybody else in the mix with Eagles news and stuff like that. So feel free to subscribe my channel and stuff like that. And just take care and go Birds and just hope for another great season. All right, I'm out.